Hello. Okay. I'm gonna put out a tweet. Okay. This this video here is just a random video from a while ago. I was setting it up so that I can play sound through videos now. So and this video had sound. So this is hi.
Hello.
Hi. This is the random video. Anyways, so I can play videos of sound now. That's the moral of the story, Constantine. Okay. Here, I'll share it to you, Constantine, the screen. Okay. Ready to go. The main topic today is going to be Bakhmut, um, with a little bit of Vuhledar in at the end. Not much happened anywhere else, to be honest. Well, there is one thing that's sort of going on that I don't actually want to talk about right now, but things are heating up near Kharkiv. Um, but I don't want to talk about that right now. So, but it is something to keep in mind that Kharkiv is heating up, and it's kind of worrying. Um, there are two Russian divisions here, I believe, along the Russian border. I believe there's two divisions. Uh, I think it's the second motorized and the fourth uh, armored or whatever. Zoka being sad is fantastic. Everyone loves when Zoka is sad. I mean, you gotta respect an army that's willing to just casually suicide all of its vehicles into artillery and missiles. You know, not every military is willing to make that sort of sacrifice. But anyways, I'm gonna wait a minute or two to see. There's an ad. There is an ad to join. Like I'm genuinely surprised because I turned off ads. I can turn them on if you want. I can. There's a button I could press. You just play ads every time. Um, yeah. I mean, Russia's been building up for another offensive for a while, and they're probably going to rush the offensive because they're just speaking frankly. They're not ready for an offensive, but they sure do want to do it. Yeah. Okay. So, Constantine, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great. Yeah, I've seen those Vuhledar videos. I've heard some news from Avdiivka, but that was probably about 2 days ago. They're probably 2 days old. Just people are coming back online and saying stuff. And yeah, it was considering amount of video media content that came out today from Vuhledar. It was pretty good morning to wake up to.
Yeah. It is a lot of terrifying, like at least from the Russian perspective, terrifying videos. And also some funny ones. Um, I've been I've been making this graphic. This graphic is going to look funny because it's on a green screen and part of the graphic is green. So I'm just going to give you that warning first. Um, First, I want to ask: is my voice okay? Do I sound like a robot?
It may be my problem because sometimes I think because of the some software that I have on my computer, it may mess up
Yeah.
my audio. But
But anyway,
yeah, so it appears to be my problem.
okay. So anyway, this graphic is going to be partly green screen, so it's going to kind of look funny. But we're gonna power through that. Uh, but here is the the map of um, like the Bakhmut area. Um, it's actually I did from basically Siversk down to Avdiivka, uh, and then here's the green screen part. Uh, sorry. Anyway, so this you can't see the green because it's erased, but the red is the wait. I'm gonna turn off the green screen. Okay, I can't turn off the green screen. One sec. Anyways, I don't know how to do this without doing. Oh, I know what I could do. One sec. I could do this. Okay, this should be better. So here's the map, and here is the topographic map. So what's important here? Anyway, it's just I drew an outline around the current border, which is this blue line, and this is it on top of the topographic map. So um, you can see right now one of the key areas is this um, Chasiv Yar area, and above it, to the north of it, is this ridge line, which is going to really be Ukraine's primary line of defense, um, at least in this area, obviously. Um, so from Chasiv Yar all the way up to the Seversky Donets River is this ridgeline. Um, and then south of it, you have the city of Toretsk, and that is a major urban area that Ukraine has been defending basically for the past like 9 years. And then below that, you have New York here and Avdiivka in the south. So this is the current situation. So one thing I wanted to kind of touch on is what happens when Bakhmut falls. Where does this line go? Um, Last week I kind of talked about how the Siversk area is actually very well defended, but I'm going to also assume that Siversk falls. So maybe this will depict, 2 months from now. I don't know. So kind of the line I think is going to go here, where Ukraine will be guarding this ridge line, and they will be Russia will probably push as close as they can get to Konstantinivka, and then we'll still have like the southern part will probably not change. Like, just be honest. Like Avdiivka and Turets will probably hold, uh, and New York as well. So this is kind of what I think will happen when Bakhmut is lost. The the current front line is obviously this blue line to the east of Bakhmut, and I think the front line will move a few kilometers to the west. And this is sort of the reason I think Bakhmut doesn't matter from like a long-term military sense, because this ridge line is a much more defensible position than Bakhmut was. I mean, Bakhmut is obviously a fortified city, so in that sense, it's defensible. But in the long term, this ridge line is a natural barrier that Ukraine can theoretically hold for a long time. And and then similarly, Siversk is very well defended in its own right and could hold for a while as well. So, um, but just generally speaking, I think this is what will eventually happen. Um, and then just to compare it to the map itself, to getting rid of the topographic portion. So I think this purple line is roughly speaking where the front line will be when Siversk and Bakhmut fall. Um, so anyway, this is kind of my overview of the the situation in Bakhmut. Uh, so now to get into more specific details, um, the I've been getting like kind of morning messages from Krasna Hora, and the messages are basically a thumbs up that Ukraine still holds it, and sometimes like a smiley face to depict how well they're holding it. And that's all the information I get. Like I don't get any info beyond that, at least from those people. So this morning, which was like what, like 20 hours ago at this point. But anyway, this morning, Ukraine still held Krasna Hora. Um, Yesterday, the Russians claimed to have captured it, and that was false. And as of this morning, Ukraine still holds it. Whether they hold it right now, I don't know for certain. Probably do. So, like I said, I only really get a thumbs up or thumbs down from them. So, analysis beyond what I have to, beyond that, is basically just using logic and not using any sort of like insider information. So I don't want you to think I'm giving something away, but logically speaking, I think Ukraine is slowly withdrawing forces from Krasna Hora. I can't imagine they intend on holding it for longer. I think they're just gradually removing people at a slow enough pace that it doesn't cause the line to collapse. And I think they're going to gradually pull out. And that's just logic, but I mean I may be wrong, but that's what I see happening here. So and I don't know, Constantine, have you heard anything about Krasna Hora?
No, I have not. I'm not. I don't have many people who I can talk to about that region. I've heard a bit north of it. There is heavy fighting, and it appears like yeah, north of Solodar. It appears that slowly, but we're moving the positions a bit backwards. I don't know how, like, what's the plan there, but it appears to be happening quite slowly. But Russians keep pushing at the high cost, but yeah, we'll see. The and Siversk right now, Siversk defenses are pretty good. I don't see much happening there. I mean, I see a lot of like it's endless fighting. The city almost destroyed. It's like there is not much left in it. Almost no people are left over there. but at the same time, from the south of it, you have we're slowly losing ground. I don't know if it's just mobile defense. I don't know how long Russia can keep it up, but we'll see. Do you know anything about that? Can you put your topographic map over here so we can see the uh, yeah, see the line? So you did not do it over here.
Yeah. Okay. I temporarily lost my topographic, but I found it again. So here it is. Um, so this is the um, this is the oops. Uh, this is the Seversk area.
Yeah. Yeah, so there is no real high grounds over there as I see it.
Well, there are these hills, and these hills are very fortified by Ukraine.
Mhm,
Um,
mhm,
they're not super high, um, at least like they're um, but they're still hills. So and especially this one near Vasily, it's it's pretty steep, and the front is pretty steep. The sides are not so steep, but the this southern part is very steep, and that's where Russia is attacking from. Um, and I think this hill here near Fedorivka is also pretty steep on at least on this part next to the town. So in the past few days, um, Russians have been attempting to push kind of this way into Fedorivka, and they've been taking pretty heavy casualties trying to do this. It's pretty dangerous because Ukraine has forces on these two hills, and they can shoot from both sides. So it's dangerous for Russia to attack here. And similarly, Ukraine has these two hills. So if you attack this way, and then they have this hill, and so if you attack that way, so all of these kind of places are covered by two hills. Um, so anyway, uh, so yeah, there's been a lot of fighting in Fedorivka, and there's been a lot of casualties associated to that. At least with Wagner taking a lot of casualties. There's also been a lot of fighting over
Wagner? Did you say Wagner?
yeah Wagner.
Oh, they're still there, right?
Yes. So the people fighting here are, I think, at least mostly Wagner, if not all. So I think, from my understand, like this whole area is Wagner.
Mhm.
Not only, like they're not exclusive, they're not like alone, but this is like their main area. Um, so um, so yeah, that's the Siversk area. Not so much is happening, but anyway, I kind of wanted to focus on Bakhmut today because so I talked about Krasna Hora, um, and then there's the other place that I've been getting news from is Chasiv Yar, where from what I have been hearing, Chasiv Yar is completely fine. It's um, under no threat at the moment. Um, so obviously, Russia would like to push this way to cut off this road, but they have been having a lot of trouble moving through this area, which is very densely defended by Ukraine. Ukraine has been spending the past months, like months and months and months, building up these defenses. I'm actually kind of surprised that Wagner has pushed this far. I didn't. I thought they would get
That's
stopped.
that's that is east from Ivanivsk, right? Sorry,
Yes.
west from Ivanivsk.
Yeah. Ivanivska is right here. So this is Here, I can turn on the other map so it's easier to see, maybe.
So there is a large intersection over there that they're trying to push to, right?
Yeah. So I'll go to the other map for a second. So there's this road section. So they've been trying to push north into this road. More importantly, this road is under fire control by Russia at this point. So they really want to get to this road. And to do that, they really want to get on this hill. So going back to the topographic map, where did I put it? Oh, here it is. This hill here is what it's their big goal. But that's easier said than done. But this is what they're really going for right now. It's one of their primary goals, because the way the Russians see it is, if they can get this hill and cut off this road, then all roads to Bakhmut are gone. So, except like there's some like minor roads here, but all major roads to Bakhmut are gone. So if Russia takes this hill, then Bakhmut is probably going to be abandoned, I imagine. So that this is like their big goal now. But it's easier said than done. And right now I have a lot of trouble believing that this will happen in the next week, like beyond a week, maybe. I don't know. I can't really predict, but it, anyway, I don't know what else to say. Anyway, Constantine, what do you think?
Yeah, I'm looking at the topography over there, but once again, no one knows. Like the realities can be different, depending on the Russians' plan and their equipment and capabilities at this given moment. I don't like trying to get guesstimates, but yeah, this area this hill appears to be defended, and this is really there is a really high difference in elevation from the Chasiv Yar entrance. It's 700 feet, up to 730 feet, down to 600 feet, um, uh, and in Ivanivska, and on the distance, this is 100 feet distant elevation, or over 2.5 2 kilometers of length. So that's really a lot. It gives you certain advantages, nice view, and it conceals you from the enemy, so they can see you only from the drones, which works to see your positions, but it doesn't really work for the infantry. That does not have drone flying over you. Have to pretty much go into blind assaults. It's pretty dangerous, but once again, they did it before. They suffered casualties. They did it, still managed to push because they don't care about their people. We don't know like how much they are willing to sacrifice, and we don't know how our troops, how much they can uh, withstand this. But it appears like right now advantages here on the side of Ukraine. I can imagine that we spend some time fortifying these positions as well, mining some stuff. So we'll see what's happening. But once again, I was wrong before many times, and just like everyone with this, with any war, I would say. But from the logic, just thinking logically, it seems like if they manage to take it, it will take them a lot of time, because before this, even before this, like if you look at their progress, yeah, at some point they managed to do some somewhat significant progress, but before that they spent a lot of time, really a lot of time wasting their troops, suffering huge losses. And now we see the Wagner it's not recruiting anymore, in the prisons at least. I think that's I don't know why, but I can imagine that right now there is some certain conflict, and Wagner may actually have trouble staffing them to continue operations, hopefully. And yeah, we'll see. We'll see what Russian regular armed forces can do here.
Yeah, you can see like how steep some of this hill is. Like I would not want to fight up this. But the this
Yeah, it's just going up. It's like storming a mountain. It does not.
um
And in the woods, just imagine going up the hill with your gear. It's quite, it's quite hard.
yeah,
And the
it's
unless you have some kind of a lot of quad bikes or something, it's pretty gonna be pretty hard for you.
because not only do they have to fight uphill, but they have to fight first go fight downhill and then uphill. So, anyways, but you see once you get to the top of this hill, there's not much defending that road. Uh, anyways, so these are the two main positions. Well, this is one of the main positions. Krasna Hora is another main position, and then there's this thrusting offensive out of Blahodatne, where I don't actually know where this offensive is at this point. There's some evidence that they have been pushing north, kind of this way, uh, so that they're kind of advance to the south or west, to the southwest anyway, has kind of slowed down, and now they're kind of going north this way. So, anyways, so the main point though is that this highway is basically under fire control, if not entirely cut off. Um, so kind of the long story.
But this has like this highway where you're shown near the Krasna Hora. If you take a look, like it's really high. It also has really high elevation. It's like
Yeah,
600 feet, and Krasna Hora itself is like 250 feet high. So that's like a 400 feet elevation over there. Over once again, let's see how much over. 4 kilometers. It's maybe a bit, yeah, 3.5 kilometers or 2 miles probably. It's a lot. It's really big elevation over there.
yeah.
And it's yeah, I don't know how many. The problem is that there are really more open positions, not many natural features over there. But yeah, we will see. We'll see. It seems to be defendable to me, but a lot also depends on the amount of ammunition that those guys have available, like mortar shells, like 152, sorry, 122 and 105 shells, depending on the ammo that local battalions have, infantry has.
This guy is asking, is it a war crime to recruit from prisons? I don't think so. I don't think it's a war crime to recruit from prisons. I mean,
No, it's not. It's not a war crime.
a lot of countries recruit from prisons. Maybe not anymore, but in not even the distant past, like 100 years ago, people were like recruiting from prison was like normal. So like the British did it all the time. But anyways, nowadays countries tend to have more, at least Western countries tend to have like professional armies. But back in the day, recruiting from prison was a normal everyday thing. Um, so into the city of Bakhmut itself, I have very little info on changes. I know that Russia is primarily fighting along these three roads, um, and also on this fourth road in the south, which I believe is called Independence or whatever. So they're trying to push Ukraine to the other side of the river. The river runs right here, roughly, through Bakhmut. So that's kind of the news for Bakhmut. I don't have a ton of detail. A lot of what's going on in Bakhmut right now is under um, I don't know how to describe it. Like you, the Ukrainian military told everyone to shut up. Basically, is what's happening. So there's not as much news. I know Krasna Hora is especially secret. They told like no media coverage of that town, basically, or at least anyway. Uh, so there's very little news from Bakhmut, and the news that we have isn't great. So, but that's I just kind of wanted to cover all the things that I know recently. Um, we can move down to Vuhledar if you want, or if anyone has any questions on Bakhmut, we can try to talk about questions. Okay, so someone asked, uh, are these videos from Vuhledar compilations or are they new? Um, the, the main videos that I know of, I have not seen all the videos, but the main videos that I know of were filmed on February 6th. So that was 3 days ago. Um, so a lot of the videos, they were all filmed, I believe, on that day. So there was a major Russian attack on Vuhledar. I believe it was here and like over here. Um, I can draw it. Let me open up my drawing tool. I lost my drawing tool. Okay, there it is. Okay, I can't draw. Anyway, they were attacking kind of north from Mikilska and north from the dachas. And in that day, they lost at least 30 armored vehicles, and a whole bunch of infantry. And the videos that I know of that came out recently were all filmed then. And
Once again, could you repeat the last part? Those videos when they were
those
filmed.
those videos were all filmed then. They were not immediately approved for release by the Ukrainian government for whatever reason. Um, a lot of people were very confused and annoyed by that. I remember I can draw again. Honestly, I don't understand why the Ukrainian government was against releasing these videos because, but they were.
Just
So
bureaucracy usually.
yeah. So
It's just just bureaucracy.
anyways, do you have a video for me to show? Um, a particular video that you want me to talk about?
From Vuhledar,
Yeah.
just those that are popular with a lot of things. They look so nice, so I think we should just watch them and just talk a bit. I think you have all of them. They've been released.
I don't have them like on hand though. Here,
Huh?
I don't,
I, I
I do have, I do have one video that is from, what do I think? Yeah, this video is from Vuhledar. Oh, shoot. Let me figure out how to play it.
helicopter one. There is some precision shot, I can tell you.
So I can tell you what happens. I don't know if people know the backstory, but basically, this helicopter here was going on a mission. They're like shooting Vuhledar, basically, and it was shot down by a manpad, I think, and it crashed here. And the crew survived, but obviously the helicopter is donezo. So Russia flew in a second helicopter to rescue the pilots, which I believe was successful. But anyways, so that was a video that came out today from Vuhledar. Here is another video.
Yeah, this one. Oh, one of these.
I don't know. Can you hear the video? Here,
Huh?
I'm gonna make it so you can you hear the video? I don't think you can. I'm gonna turn the sound on because the sound is funny. I'm gonna turn myself off though.
Вот почему мы долбоебы. Вот почему мы русские долбоебы. Давай. Давай туда ше. Давай, роби кладбище нахуй. Ну, ше. Да! Да! Вот почему русские долбоебы нахуй. Пидорасы, сука. Ай, блядь. Всі в кучу, сука, нахуй. Блядь, якби в мене було стільки техніки, я би, сука, вже ту Росію раком би поставив, блядь. Зараз буде ще. Давай, ше, приходи.
Первая колонна поехала, подорвалась. Сказали, не, пацаны, мы слабые. Поехала вторая, еще 3 единицы. В тупую.
Yeah, I don't know if you could hear at that time, but I do have the full version of this clip, but I'm not allowed to play it. Yeah, this video is it looks glitchy because it's just a very low quality recording and upload. I do have the full quality like HD video of this, but I don't know if I'm allowed to show it.
It was uploaded on the Telegram channel. Just is just a place where you took this one. Is just someone uploaded through the Twitter with poor with poor quality. So I think it's all right.
So what you see in this video, you can't really see it here. I can describe it to you. Anyway. So this tank here was already dead when they drove up. They drove up.
There is another video where two first tanks blew up. Okay. Then a second 2 ones come in.
Okay. So maybe I still don't know if I can play the full video.
I can share it with you with
yeah, if you share something, I'll tell you if it's the full video.
Huh?
Send me something and I'll tell you if it's the full video. If it's the full video, I'll just play the full video. But I don't want to be the person who releases the full video. I want someone else to release it. I'm fine showing it. I just don't want to be the first person. Yeah. I would get in trouble. Yeah, I think the video has been released. I think all of it's been released in parts, but I've never seen the full video in its full HD released. You already released it. Because the full video, like the full video is like 14 minutes long, I think.
I don't know if you can hear me. This is the best, worst day for me. I cannot hear you, and I don't think you can hear me. My
I can hear
connection
you.
or something with the laptop that's messed up. Sorry.
We can all hear you.
I shared sent you the video on the signal.
Okay. Okay.
Are you talking about this one? Just wondering.
Okay, yeah. That is where did you get that video? I'm just curious. Did you get it from like Telegram or Twitter or okay.
I just hear okay.
I didn't. Did you? Where did you get
I'm
that
sorry
video?
for this.
Where'd you get that video?
I think I can give you one on the one on the YouTube. I can give you the link. You can download it. This is not YouTube. Give me a second.
Because I just don't want to be the person who releases a video. Although obviously you've seen the video, so I can't be the person who releases it now.
Can you open the YouTube that I showed you?
Yeah,
That I sent you.
I just have to transfer it to my computer. uh, okay. Okay. Here we go. Where does the tanky part start? I'm just gonna jump to the tanky part. Just look at like how many vehicles they're losing to achieve literally nothing. It's incredible. Like these are borderline irreplaceable vehicles. Like I don't know how well trained these guys were, um, but not good. I mean, it's not good to lose them. Um, I don't know if these were like mobilized tank crew who like didn't know what they were doing, or if they were actual tank crews. Yeah. Trying to find the money shots. Chaka chaka. Yeah, this video doesn't have all the good parts. Okay. So I have another video. While I was just kind of playing that, I found another video Well, at least like. Anyways, while I fix this, I think I do have something to actually play for you, and then I want to try to work on this while it plays. Oh, here are some screenshots that I wanted to show. Anyways, here's a video from Kremena today. Constantine, did you see this video from Kremena?
Sure.
Did you see this video from Kremena today? Or
Oh, so I heard it's not from today. It's
Okay.
someone said it's today, but from what I understood, it's actually like really old one.
Okay, then I'm gonna play then, because I heard it was from not necessarily today, but at least somewhat recent. But anyways, here are some photographs. Let me. Oh shoot. 1 sec. I don't know where that went. Anyway, Constantine, you talk for a second while I fix this. Tell a story.
I cannot sorry, my sound is just it's not working for me. I don't know if you can hear me. I don't know if I can hear you. Or you're just silent. Today's a bad day for me. I'm
talk.
sorry for putting all this on. Let me tell you, like with the videos that we've seen today from the Vuhledar, people have to realize that all those videos are actually filmed from the quadrocopter drones. Mostly, of course, some of them, like some artillery brigades, have more better drones, but a lot of them are just from your commercial DJI and Autel drones. And that's why those drones are super important. And when you watch someone fundraising for them, just understand that this is why Ukraine is able to do this, to do such to deal such massive casualties. And even though we have the Western weaponry, the artillery, you still need your eyes in the sky to land the shells, to be prepared to position your defenses. So yeah, just have this understanding. It's important to understand this part of where you may have all the javelins, but if you don't know where the attack is coming from and you cannot send your platoon over there, those javelins are not gonna do you much good. Okay, so someone is asking me, Grey Wolf is asking what I think about the Starlink news. So yeah, what I think about the Starlinks is that there are some custom built drones that operate not using the direct link with the operator, because that direct link has a problem that you need, it can be jammed, and it can be tracked. And it can be hacked also if you're using something commercial. So when building custom solutions, a lot of people think, okay, how are we going to communicate with the drone when it's too far? For example, when we're attacking the Black Sea fleet, which is.
So yeah, that's more or less all I have to talk about for today. Constantine, do you have anything else to say?
No, I think you did really good, and yeah, thanks for having me here. It was short, but really, I would say interesting update.
And it's an hour. I think an hour is fine.
Yeah, hour is great.
Okay, here's a question: If the Ukrainians sent a boat full of troops through the Black Sea, it would be an easy GG. What do you I think? Yeah, why not? Let's just put all the army and just send them send them through Istanbul, send them all the way around, attack Russia in the rear. Game over.
Yeah.
Game over, right?
Yeah.
You just push them. You just take Vladivostok, and you just keep going from there. You take Siberia. It's just there's no defense against that, Constantine.
Yeah, that's actually, maybe not that bad of idea.
What are they gonna do? What are they gonna do? Nuke you? You mean nuke themselves? Dude, I mean that's the sort of play that would work in Risk, and Risk is a pretty good war simulator, so I don't see why it wouldn't work here. I the opinions on how well the Ukrainians are performing in the war right now. I mean, that's kind of a controversial question. I know there's a lot of very outspoken people who think Ukraine is mismanaging Bakhmut. I don't really know how to evaluate whether they're mismanaging or not, because there's just so much information we don't have, and I don't really know how to analyze it.
So this stems a lot, from this opinion that Russians are completely, don't know anything what they're doing. They're absolutely stupid. They have their equipment is the worst, and it's just, a kid would win. Which is, has some truth in it. They do a lot of mistakes. But keep in mind what is like a huge difference between other militaries. That they are willing to sacrifice their lives in huge numbers for their dictators, for made up causes, and it gives them certain advantages, such as you lost. I don't know. Remember Blahodatne or remember Vuhledar that we've seen. I mean, if you've seen something like this, uh, you would already tell to people would be storming in the United States their military bases, and the representatives would be just crying in the Senate. In Russia, they are quite tolerant to this, so that's the thing that makes them hard to fight. So even though you destroy them in numbers, they keep going, and this is what makes it hard to fight it. And also they have really vast amount of equipment. If you take a look how many Russian tanks destroyed already, that's even confirmed ones, not the one that Ukraine says. It's more than any country in Europe has. So it's even though they're not, the best maybe not the best military in the world in terms of tactics, sheer amount of force, sheer amount of artillery is absolutely huge. And you must remember that also Ukraine, up to this moment, well, not we have not yet received Western really good Western fighting equipment. So we've been fighting basically on BTRs, BTR 80s, BTR 70s for infantry, IFVs, IFE 1s from 70s, and T-72s, T-64s, with a and not too many of them. Even those were not given in enough quantities to Ukraine. The rest is MRAPs. MRAPs are nice. I mean, don't underestimate them. But they were given to Ukraine once again not that long ago. About 1,000, I think we have in total, and that's basically Ukrainian armor. That's all we have. Those are policing vehicles, and in the modern war, if you compare armor of the Bradley to IFV-1, you're gonna be really surprised. So yeah, you're right. Quantity is a quality of its own. So like even though you cannot always say, oh, quality is over quantity. If I have one bullet that can kill one soldier. If I have 10 soldiers attacking me, no, quality of that bullet will not work for me, no matter how precise it is. Same here. No matter how properly you execute it, if you face an absolute overwhelming amount of equipment against you, it's really hard to fight, and that's Russian advantage. That's what they're using, and that's why they're slowly creeping in. Solution here would be more equipment, and of course better tactics and better training. If Ukraine can, of course, Ukraine has a room to step up the its quality of the training, for example, of the troops. We have those problems as well. Let's be honest. Like not a single military in the world can mobilize in 8 months a million people and without much experience and make them super soldiers. So, and when someone says mismanaging, yeah, there are mistakes, but you must understand that we did not have huge military budgets. We did not have equipment. The only thing that we had is basically will and desire to defend our nation, uh, and a lot of really obsolete gear. That's what we're fighting with, and it's hard to say that we're mismanaging Bakhmut because what do you do if uh, out of your 50 IFVs in brigade, only 20 run because they're all Soviet junk and they don't provide armor, and you have to use them. Like what you don't have that much options. We degraded the Russian forces a lot, but they still have a lot of. You must understand this is the biggest country in the world that is pumped with German money, gas money, and European investments, that they do have a lot of resilience over there.
So there are a few points that I forgot to mention before. The first point is that yesterday Ukraine took out a major ammunition depot in Donetsk using HIMARS. It was stored in this old cinema. It was an abandoned cinema that turned into an ammo depot. You can see it's right next to the train tracks, which is interesting. So that was destroyed. In addition, trains that I believe trains that were being unloaded from with ammunition was being unloaded. They were taken out in Ilovaisk again with HIMARS strike. And then there was a third strike. I have absolutely no idea where, but in this city way back, I have no idea what hit it. I don't know what they hit, but there was a strike there, probably. In addition, there was a strike in Pervomaisk, where I heard they took out an HQ. I don't know where. And then there was a strike in Pokrovska where they took out hangars where they were repairing damaged vehicles. And there was a strike in Pisarivka or Pisarivka. I don't know how to say that, but they took out a I don't know what they took out. They blew up something, and they say it was with HIMARS. I'm not really sure. I think it's actually out of HIMARS range, but something blew up there. I don't know what. People have tried to figure out what blew up, but apparently the Russians were like not letting people look. And then there was a small base taken out in Vasilivka, which I believe was a lubricants depot, I think. And then there was a strike in Skadovsk, where Russia has been using this as like a it's kind of like a rear base where they distribute stuff from there. So Ukraine shells that a lot. So those are all of the various strikes that have happened in the past few days. The two main ones were in Donetsk and Ilovaisk, where they took out the ammo supplies, that ammo was being pushed to Vuhledar, so that is it's significant taking out this ammo. Oh, and there was a strike in. No, there was not a strike in Tokmak. Never mind. There was instead in Tokmak there was news of a crematorium being installed because too many Russians had died. So there's not a strike though. So yeah. Oh, and there's also Ukraine said that in Vodyana they Russians were dropping like tear gas on soldiers, and apparently that upset them. So yeah, that's the end of the news. Yeah, those tear gas grenades, they'll get you. People have been fighting. I swear Ukraine only published that because the Russians were complaining about getting tear gas themselves, and they're like, well, you tear gassed us. It's just like a tear gas fight now. Anyway, thank you for coming. We'll be back on Tuesday, definitely. Um, unless I can get a guest earlier than that, because there's a guest I'm trying to get on. But we'll definitely be back on Tuesday. So thank you for listening, and I hope you enjoyed it.
Thank you for coming.
Goodbye.